Mr. Pete.
Nice loop. Thank you.
You know what?
Hello. What?
I totally forgot in the middle of that jam that we're playing two of the most affordable guitars. The most affordable, in fact, guitar currently now from the Fender lineup.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? So, okay, welcome back everybody to Andertons TV. Please like and subscribe and timestamps and blah, 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 blah,
This year, $1 million, please. This year,
$1 million. Yes, that's $1 million in my bank account as opposed to subscribers. Subscribers would be nice too. Standard series. It's back. Back in a slightly different guise to perhaps where it's been in the past, but you know what? Life was so much simpler back in the sort of 50s and 60s where you just went, hello, Mr. Guitar Shopkeeper, I'd like to buy a guitar, please.
Yeah.
And he went, would you like a Stratocaster or a Telecaster?
Yeah.
That's it. There are your two choices. They're all the standard range.
Yeah.
That's it. The end. Now, of course, you've got affinities and supersonics and classic vibes and players. Yeah, like pros and performers and goodness knows how many.
Mark IIs and 3s and
yeah, the standards. I mean, is there a more iconic Fender than the standard Strat?
I've got one over there from 2004.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, mind you, that is made in America, which these are not, are they?
The classic Richie Sambora tune, Made in America. Yeah, look at that. Look, this is.
Oh, you got one there as well.
This is Pete's standard Strat. This is my standard Strat.
Yeah.
So we all had them. I mean, we all had them because there was nothing else to have.
Because they're great guitars, and you know. My God, it's got a lot of things on it, mine there. Oof.
Yours has got more battle scars than mine. He's been to more battles, that's why.
Lots of battles.
So yes, Pete's absolutely right. They historically would have been the standard American guitar. I think in the noughties it became the standard Mexican guitar. So I think the standard Strat kind of... At some point, Fender's marketing team just went... I don't know, I think they felt like they just needed to elevate. I'm not sure if you weren't a guitar player and someone said it's the standard one.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like that good, does it? Like, do you want the standard, car or the standard? I think so. I think Fender went, you have to have the Pro or the Ultra or the Elite or the because it's like. Did
that become the original then, or what's that original? Where did it become?
It became Pro. Standard Strat was discontinued.
Is that the Pro?
And Pro 2. So American Pro came
Is
out.
that just the standard? That is the standard Strat from...
I think it did, yeah. I'm getting too old and senile now. Anyway, the clever people at Fender, and it's obviously Fender is a vastly bigger organisation now than it was when Pete and I started playing guitar. They decided that if you wanted something contemporary as opposed to something more vintage inspired, the range went from like Squire Affinity at 250 quid or whatever it is, up to 700 quid for a Player 2. That's this kind of gap. And the only thing that kind of filled that in the middle there would be Classic Vibe, which is from Squire, which is more of a vintage appointed guitar. It's not a modern kind of vibey guitar. So they went, okay, we probably should have a simple range of Strats, Teles, P basses, jazz basses.
Yeah,
to
and
sit,
Acoustasonics as well.
Yeah, Acoustasonics. To sit sort of in between Affinity series down here and kind of Player here.
Yeah.
So they effectively reissued what was pretty much the old Mexican standard Strat, but now made in Indonesia.
Yeah, okay.
So it hits the sort of the sub £500. Actually, I think the one with the humbucker is a smidgen over, but we're talking this sort of
it's about 500 quid, isn't it?
So it sits kind of in between Affinity and Player. It's a simpler range than Player. There's way more options in Player with regards to colours and modifications and stuff.
Yeah.
You've got a straight up Telecaster. There's only one Telecaster in multiple colours, which you'll see on the screen now. Straight up Stratocaster in multiple colours, which you'll see on the screen now. And then an HSS Strat. And then, of course, we've got for you bassists out there, you've got a straight up P bass and straight up jazz.
Super simple classic. And then you have got, for the first time,
this is exciting,
Acoustasonics.
Yes. So we'll rattle through the electrics and then we'll plug the supersonics. What are these? Acoustasonics into some acoustic amps. So the differences between this and say Player 2, which would be above, country of origin, Indonesia versus Mexico. Poplar body versus Alder, I think, on the Player 2. ceramic pickups as opposed to Alnico pickups.
Yeah.
Laurel fretboards as opposed to rosewood fretboards. Although, admittedly,
it looks good.
that threw me a little bit because this is,
you can see it on this one.
It's a little lighter, isn't it? It is a little lighter. Obviously, the Laurel fretboard thing is irrelevant if you decide to go maple, because that's maple. Other than that, and this
it's like a
like dual fulcrum, is that what you call it now? Like a 2-post floating trem, but with the saddles on it that are very reminiscent of the old, the American Strat.
That's exactly
kind
what
of
is on the
let's
on
have
that one. Look.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So then it's really not that different a trem system to what would have been on the old American standard.
That's been on there since. You know what? That's the same frets it came with.
Is it? Well, you're not a heavy-handed player.
I'm not a heavy-handed player, man.
No,
I touched it delicately.
A delicate touch, which I can attest to.
I've never had a fret job.
Wow. In fairness, neither have I, but that's because I hardly play the same guitar. Can we hear your your tones and
it's like a C-shaped neck, but it's like a sort of modern C. It's a satin finish, so it just feels familiar. I mean, I don't think I would be able to tell the difference between this and a player if I had blindfolded on. But we need to do that video.
We probably should do a video. I think the players look classier. I think these are quite a simple look. But then I guess if that's what you want, then that's what you want.
Doesn't it just look like a Telecaster?
Because it is. It's the standard Telecaster. And I suppose ultimately,
like a headstock.
So this will be the lowest priced Fender branded guitar. Anything lower than that will go over to the Squire range. Does that matter? Maybe some people think Squire's cooler, but I guess Fender has always been like the daddy, hasn't it? And so
you want that Mercedes logo on your car instead of the Kia or whatever. Now Kia's not so right.
Is Kia part of Mercedes?
No,
I see. I thought you meant like almost like sort of
Renault
Porsche,
engines,
Audi, VW, Skoda.
Or the Audi and the Lamborghini has got the same engines. It's all the same car. It's just got a different badge on it. Really, at the end of the day. Anyway, let's have a listen to this. Right, here we go. Here's the neck pickup. Just right in front of the It's punchy. I wonder if these are the same pickups as they put in the Squires. They're ceramic on them. Middle position.
I do actually know which factory it is. I don't know if this is for public consumption or whether or not even in the future they'll change factories. But right now it's the PT Court.
PT Court,
who do make,
right.
I mean, they
make
that's
good
where
guitars.
all the Paul Reed Smith SE stuff is coming from recently, and
I saw it said here, it said PRS on it, but it's weird.
Oops, they coloured it in
stamp on there.
Oh, scrub that out. No, not PRS. No, all Court. Oh no, hang on. ESP. No, scrub that one out as well. Who is it today? Fender.
Washburn. It's all the same, isn't it? Okay, here's the middle position. No pedals at all. Yeah. That's a proper Tele sound. I like it.
Good.
Here is the bridge. Sounds like a Telecaster.
Where did the Tele ever get a reputation for having like a spiky back pickup? Because I sort of feel like it just doesn't, does it? If you have the right amp on that edge of breakup sound,
yeah, if you said it right, it's. I think a lot of people use it for chucking as well.
I mean, Strats probably have a weaker bridge pickup. But the Tele bridge pickup's just fat.
Yeah, you want this. That's why some pickups on a Strat has got that plate underneath it.
Just to give it some more.
Boost it up a bit.
Put some gain on this, the Pete.
Yeah. Let's try the Dane, because that's sort of made for the Tele. That's great sound.
And isn't that just bonkers? And there's the price difference in the labour. You couldn't even buy two British-made Dane pedals for what you could go and buy that Indonesian-made Telecasters.
But there is one guy that sits and sold all of that stuff on. I mean, it's...
Yeah, well, I'm not singling out Thorpe.
No.
That's every British or American boutique kind of pedal.
If you make them in Far East, you'd be cheaper, right? That's
they
what
would,
it is.
absolutely.
Not necessarily worse, though. You know, not in my opinion.
Hey.
I think these guitars are great, man.
I agree.
like it.
I mean, it definitely feels to me. I'd have to do a comparison. I don't know if it does feel like it's got a slight rolled edge to the fingerboard.
Yeah.
I think I'm just feeling like what they'd have done both with Classic Vibe, slightly less, and with Player 2, is they've given them those slightly more, what's the right word, sort of aged appointments. So the whole, like the tilted necks, it's got a bit more of a vintage vibe to it, whereas this feels a bit like the kind of like, this feels to me like going back to, in the 90s and the noughties where it was like, here's your brand new Mexican Stratocaster. It's like, which
brand new.
Yeah, brand new.
I think Player 2, man, the upgrades they did on that guitar was
very cool.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
They kicked the ass of that.
Should we have a little listen to this?
Let's do it,
Okay,
bro.
so I'm not going to play the blue one. The blue one is exactly the same single coil pickups here. We've just got a humbucker at the bridge here. Other than that, it's the same guitars. Nice trem.
It's quite spiky, that, isn't it?
Oh, it's bright.
It's bright.
Yeah, I mean, that's, by the way, no pedals. It's straight into my amp, which has pretty much everything on EQ at mid, except for the mid, which is just
for
pulled down, like my pants.
You know what?
I'm probably, I play quite heavy-handedly, I think, and I probably make it a bit spiky, but. So it doesn't have to be spiky. I think I'm sort of, if I really rake the pick across the strings, I get that extra brightness. Position 4. Anyway, we're not going there. Middle pickup.
That's all right.
Stays in tune. Now we're into here, so I'm guessing we're getting a bit of the humbucker. And then, sorry, go on.
Is that split? You split it?
I don't think so. I think it does sound a bit fat. If I go from here, yeah, I think that's the full humbucker and the middle pickup.
Hey, Margarina. All right.
And just the humbucker.
Can you just
Please
try?
do. Please.
I think I'm running that low, much more low end.
I don't know where you are on your guitar journey now. Maybe you're just starting out, maybe you've been doing it for years. But one of the things, the big difference between Pete's rig, or one of the big things between Pete's rig and mine, is he has an Alnico speaker in that cabinet. A gold Alnico speaker, which is quite an expensive speaker.
Yeah.
But it has a beautiful, huge bell-like sort of bottom end.
Top and bottom end.
I've got creamback speakers in mine, which aren't cheap speakers, but they're more perhaps a middle-of-the-road speaker. And
it's been a while since.
And so I often think, even though our amps aren't, in fact, if anything, my amp's louder than Pete's. Got more power anyway. More power. And I've got a 212 rather than a 112. But it's interesting. So the reason I said that.
In the room is different. Maybe not as when you listen
I think
to it.
It's the forgotten ingredient, the speaker, isn't it?
I think so, man.
I'm going to go and I need 15 guitars, and I've got to buy more expensive ones because they'll be better, and I've got to buy expensive pedals.
Buy another cabinet, man. Buy another speaker.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for just.
No!
There's a lot to be said for just the next time you've got a couple of £100 burning a hole in your pocket, and you're thinking, I need an upgrade. Yeah. Have a think about maybe changing the speaker.
I mean, Alnico Gold is my absolute favourite speaker, and it's Robeer's now favourite speaker as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would never have put that.
Because it does gain too. It does it all.
Yeah, that's the bit. That's the most. It's not surprising it does great clean. It is surprising it does great gain. It does
great gain.
Yeah. There we are. Anyway, this isn't a Celestian video.
No.
Did you want?
I just wanted to see how much. am running a little bit crunchy in the front end today. You know what I'm saying?
Like a Cadbury's Crunchy, honeycomb centre.
Cadbury's?
I'm going to put some distortion on. Press 2 buttons at once there. I'm going to put some distortion on with the humbucker. This is a Dane. So nothing wrong with that. Dane with a tumnus. I really want to learn to play like Steve Smith was playing in. I want to learn all those Jovi kind of. Anyway, but
that's
not today.
all. Yeah,
another day.
It's all practice, man. Practice makes
everything's practice.
Practice doesn't make perfect. It makes improvements.
Yes. Here we go. Great blues rock guitar, the Strat. Is it? Anyway,
we're just happy we plug it into an amp after yesterday's debacle.
Bosch.
$4.99.
$4.99. $5.49. No gig bag, but I think if you go to the Andertons website, it'll show you what the recommended gig bag is for each of these. Those are the list prices, so who knows? They might even be a little less than that by the time you go shopping for them.
No stainless steel frets either here, kids.
No stainless steel frets, well, I can't buy that.
No. I'm not going to buy that. If it had stainless steel frets on it, I would have bought one.
Decent style steel block in the back.
Yeah.
Finished
this colour,
to a good standard.
Just pick up my blue Strat again over there, because that's a 2004 colour. To check this out, man.
It's not hugely different, is it?
It's not really different, is it?
A little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Your one is anyway. I mean, the red is a classic candy apple red. That shouldn't have changed at all over the years.
Anyway, I like these.
I do too. Right.
It's good. It's good that
now,
you can get.
We'll leave CC and Lee to do the bass guitars.
We'll just show them really quick.
Okay,
we just show them. This, it's a jazz bass. There's a jazz bass.
Are these
and
$4.99 or are these
$5.49?
$5.49?
It'll say on your sheet.
It is $5.49 for a bass guitar. I've just seen the black HSS Strat.
Yeah, it looks
with the black
great, man.
pickguard. That looks cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Let me hear your jazz bass, Jacko.
So I just bass it out here.
Yes, please do. This is straight into the DI, is it?
It's straight into the DI. It's got an Ampeg plug-in from Universal Audio. So here's it's neck, bridge, tone control, right? So turn down, turn up for what? Turn down for what, is it? And then the bridge.
Absolutely. It's fun. I'm just watching the viewer count going.
But hey, I'm not watching anymore anyway. You can blend the two pickups. Everybody's fallen asleep by now.
No, I'm just looking at
the
this.
P-bass.
I really, really like that they've gone to the effort of glossing the headstock. I think that's a classy move, Fender.
Classy move.
I like.
All right, hang on. Yeah, so you got the
slightly wider neck on the P-bass.
So
simple.
Pino Palladino.
Or a million other famous bass players.
What is it?
What are you trying to play? The Michael Jackson thing?
I mean, I'm P-bass all the way.
Are you?
Yeah, I've always been a P-bass guy.
I don't really have a preference.
No.
Okay, so there you are. Like I say, please like and subscribe because then you'll get the notification of when Lee and Cece do the bass video.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Right.
Yeah, here we go, man.
Holy moly. Okay, so Acoustasonic. Really weird one with Acoustasonic. Like 5 years ago when Pete did the original, maybe it's more than 5 years ago, of the very, very first American Telecaster Acoustasonic, that one. That was our biggest video of that NAMM show. It had something like 750,000 views inside of 2 weeks or something crazy.
Nuts.
And we sold hundreds and hundreds. And Fender sold their entire first year's production of that guitar at the NAMM show. Nuts, right? So everyone thought, this is it. Acoustasonic is the future. And then kind of like about a year down the line or 2 years down the line, everyone was going, well, what is it? It's not really an acoustic. It's not really an electric. I don't really understand now. And so I was thinking, like, wow, how does perception change as mad as that? The one thing I did think that they would do universally brilliantly well with, I can't speak today, I've obviously had some sort of stroke, is a really affordable one.
Yeah.
Like really affordable.
Yeah.
And this is it.
But they did one in between that, didn't they?
So they've done a proper American one. They've done a top-end Mexican one.
Yeah.
So there's the cheapest one prior to this has always still been about £1,000
Yeah. But this now,
£549, and it's absolutely identical in terms of its kind of concept. So we've got these solid spruce tops, the chambered internal body. It's like a NATO body and neck, so it's like a derivative of mahogany. With a rosewood fretboard, so no Laurel, proper rosewood fretboard, rosewood bridge. They've taken all the DSP out. So if you're familiar with the previous models, they had this quite clever modelling in them to sort of model different types of acoustics. Now we've just got a straightforward undersaddle piezo and a straightforward Shure bucker. There's no Stratocaster in the range, so we've got the Tele, which I think was always my favourite.
Yeah,
or we've got the Jazzmaster, which is a little bit more alternative looking.
It's a sofa guitar, man. I love it.
I mean... What? I think I sort of get the argument that at £1,500 or whatever, those original ones, you had to really want one and feel like you would use it properly to justify it. It was always, for me, something, wouldn't it just be nice to have? Like you say, a bit of a sofa. It's loud enough for you to practice on like that. It's coming with acoustic guitar strings on it, but we've done stuff where you can string this with electric guitar strings if you want.
I'll just get some 10s on here or whatever, acoustic strings, you know. I think these are, I don't know what these are, does it say?
They don't feel terribly heavy, but you've always got that wound third, haven't you, with which you don't get on electric guitar strings. Does it say?
And it's a good colours, man.
So
good colours on here.
Now, because it's a PA, sorry, Pete. Great colours. They do look absolutely superb.
The black Telecaster looks smoking.
So does the black Jazzmaster, I've got to say.
The one you've got in your hands.
Yeah, £550. I'm really genuinely impressed. Beautifully made. Yeah. 9-volt battery, so no rechargeable stuff going on here. Just simple. We're going to run this. We're going to DI this straight into our desk, but then apply like an acoustic guitar preamp and some reverb. Yeah.
We'll make it sound. We'll make it sound nice.
I think anybody that has played piezo-loaded acoustic guitars, whether they're this style or traditional deep body style, will know that it's quite a bright sound from the pickup. So obviously using the acoustic preamp, we're going to sort of balance that out a little bit, make it sound a bit more natural.
Tell you what you can do, you could plug you into the amp just to see what it sounds like.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
In fact, why don't you do the demo of that? Because I don't suppose these two guitars are not going to sound wildly different. This is very much an aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
So you do your demo through your through there, and I'll do my demo through the amp. Good idea. Why not?
So I'm going to start with this one here, and they've simplified it a bit with the control. So now you have got a volume, and then this, it's not a tone, it goes from acoustic to electric. Acoustic to electric. That's it.
Oh, of course, because there's no bloody pickup switch, is there?
See? No
volume,
pickup switch.
So this pickup, that pickup, or whichever way round it is.
Okay, so that way it's acoustic.
Yeah. Got it.
And that way is electric.
Got it. Got it, of course.
In it. So play that.
Here we are, 500,000 views, here we come.
That video's had 1 million views now, I think. So you can blend it in.
I don't know how you find the time to just watch it over and over.
Yeah, I've watched it 1 million times myself. And here's the electric. It's great, man. For 400, 500 quid, that you take this out and do gigs with it, man. Maybe not so much the electric guitar side
it's
of it,
live performance thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I think by the time you're in a band mix and you've got your acoustic guitar coming through the PA system, nobody's sitting there going, "Oh, it's a bit bright, isn't it?" I think if you're an individual solo performer or you're recording acoustic guitars, that's where that piezo thing gets most criticised.
I think if you're a singer-songwriter and you're just out doing gigs around town or whatever, you're singing songs about something and other things. It's great, So I think it's. I was
super
talking
impressed.
to James Walsh from Star Sailor about getting one of these. He was really interested in getting one because for him it's light and easy to take.
Well, that's the other thing.
Space,
it's not just a gimmick. There's the practicality of a guitar like this is less feedback because there's less chamber inside to resonate feedback. More comfortable to play because you're not sort of leaning over to play the things.
Yeah. And it's light to stand with.
Yeah,
man.
super light. Looks
Weigh
cool.
nothing.
Anyway,
this is cool, man.
Through my clean guitar amplifier. Here we go. So, all the way up piezo.
That way.
As in all the way
that
up.
Way, yeah.
All the way up piezo.
Yeah.
So here we go. Piezo into my amp, no pedals.
You can hear the acoustic side coming out of that is better, but that's fine.
There's a whole industry making acoustic guitar amplifiers, and I just go, why don't you just get a clean valve amplifier? It's an electric guitar amplifier, sounds great.
Ooh, controversial.
Sorry, acoustic guitar manufacturing world, I'm sure you. Humbucker, you'd think this is where it might come into its own.
Cheeseburger.
Maybe.
I can put a Dane on it.
I don't know, it might be a bit too much.
What's wrong with that, man? I mean, it's not an electric guitar, and it doesn't sound like an acoustic guitar completely in there, but it's fine. For 500 quid, man, this is going to be popular.
This is the one.
I think this is going to be popular.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That, crikey, we are smashing videos out at the NAMM show. We're not even there yet, and we're doing about 73 videos a day. So yes, look, we're off to LA next week.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing all of our friends in California, as we always do every year.
Hopefully all safe over there.
Yeah, hopefully all safe. And yes, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you can't get to the NAMM show, but you want the best show coverage that there is, which channel should they subscribe to? That's right, so. Yes, we jest. Please do subscribe to Andertons and keep up to date with what's happening at NAMM, and we shall see you there. Au revoir.
Bye.